Yo, what's going on, man? Today is February the 28th, 2024. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter, also live on YouTube as well. Excuse me. It's a 6-game slate for tonight. I'll be honest with you guys, man. I don't really love it. I don't really love it at all. I'm actually, starting to do my work on the games for tomorrow. As we start to get some lines that are available. But we'll go through the games. Maybe somebody can talk me into something that they absolutely love. Got a couple props that I was looking at, and I haven't placed a prop bet in a very, very long time, so it'll definitely be a smaller play for me. But I got a couple prop bets that I like. And as we get more injury news, maybe I will, have an official play here sooner or later. But we're still waiting on a ton of injury news in the NBA right now. And it's not good, man. I like making my bets when I know who's going to be on which side and, who's going to be playing. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Real quick, I want to check that injury news for the latest injury news. There's a bunch of guys that still listed as questionable. So Anthony Edwards in the Timberwolves game, LeBron James, De'Aaron Fox, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, Rudy Gobert, CJ McCollum, Jakob Poeltl, Ivica Zubac, Alex Caruso, and Aaron Nesmith, with Luka, AD, and Lively all listed as probable as of 2 hours ago. So, it's a bunch of injury news. We'll talk through it, though. We'll definitely talk through it. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button for me if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and let's jump into it for today, man. So first game, well, actually, it's always a recap. So yesterday, we did really, really well. We swept the board yesterday, 5-0. I think I gave out 2 or 3 plays on the show, and then the members got the rest of them. Just wanted to kind of take my time. I've been taking my time with the NBA, even though I like to get ahead of the lines. I've been taking my time a little bit more when I don't have the all the information. But we had a really solid day yesterday, 5-0, plus 4.3 units when I did the math. We're up 32 units on the season now. So hopefully we can build on that. But I always talk about, man, quality over quantity. I'm not into forcing plays, and I'm not really playing a lot of props. So, I'm cool with sitting it out. I'm cool with having one bet for the night, understanding this, it's a marathon and definitely not a sprint. So first game up, we got the Pelicans and we got the Pacers. Line is it's at 7 now. You guys see 6 on the screen. Total did come down from the 239 you guys see on the screen down to 237.5 as well. And a little conflicted in this game. A big part of it is what I talked about already. It's the injury implications. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion. Their whole big 3 is on the injury report. It's not the greatest spot for the Pelicans. Second leg of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, 4th and 5th, and the 5th and 7th for the New Orleans Pelicans. So typically a spot you want to fade them in. But I don't know, man. I just feel like they can keep this one close. I kind of do, and that's enough for me to to stay off of the game. The Pacers are coming off a loss, and that's typically when you want to back them. This team off a loss this season, something I was going to look at. Off a loss this season at 14-10 against 14-10-2 against the number 58%, and they've been covering recently as well. 4-3 against the number. But what about if they're favorite after that? So previous loss and their favorite. I just want to look at something real quick. So 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the spread when they are coming off a loss and they're favorite in the next game. They've actually covered 4 of they've actually won 4 of the last 5, covered 3 of the last 5. So I'm not really into laying a lot of points with the Pacers, though. I keep talking about that. This is a spot that as the game goes along, though, I talked about it earlier. You probably want to play with you want to take the Pacers full game. So if the Pelicans cover the first half, maybe you jump in on the Pacers full game. As far as like a X's and O's perspective, the Pacers give up a ton of points. I mentioned this morning on the morning show. They give up a ton of points in the paint. They fly to the rim, and we know Zion, if he wants to, can put his head down. He didn't play 30 minutes yesterday. I was looking into that as well. He only played 29 minutes yesterday, but he was listed as questionable for that game. Brandon Ingram, of course, lost, went out in the first quarter. He did come back and finish the game, but like I said, you see all those guys listed on the injury report. So not the greatest spot for the Pelicans, but I don't really want to lay points with the Pacers. Is how I'm thinking in this one. Can't touch the total just because the Pacers, even though they've been trending towards the under, we know that they don't play any defense, and the Pelicans can come out here. I think they'll be able to score and probably play a little bit faster as well. But it wouldn't surprise me if they had a letdown. And you see this total drop a little bit. So too conflicted on the total. Definitely too conflicted on the side. So I'm sitting this one out. I'll go to the chat real quick, though, and let's see what you guys are on. What's up, Tasha? She says, greetings, everyone. She says she hit the first like. I appreciate that, Tasha. Definitely like the show, man. Helps with the algorithm. If you guys could, definitely helps. Socks and Sneaks says, let's get this money. Tasha says, had a nice win last night. Yeah, Tasha, you know you gave out some winners as well. That I was thinking about you last night. That Spurs team total under cash on the hook 105. Good one there. Happy Wednesday to my guy David. He says he missed a plus 1770 by 1 Minnesota point last night. He's been sick about it all day. That makes sense. I would be too. What up, young Harlow? David says Halliburton's natural birthday is today, so expect him to go for 30 to 40 tonight. What about Herb Jones? You don't think Herb Jones can slow him down just a tad bit? They got Najee Marshall. You don't think they can slow him down tonight? What's up, Angelo? He says, what's good, people? Let's cash today. What's up, Corey? Dwight, Peasy, appreciate all y'all for tapping in today. Tariq says he caught the morning show while making coffee for my daughter before work. I love that. Love that, Tariq. Anthony says Timberwolves spread beat me for, I don't even know, 900 something last night. What is this? I don't even know what currency that is, Anthony. I'm sorry about that, man, because they definitely had a 20-point lead. Tasha says she took Toronto team total over 116.5. We're going to get to that game in a second. Call me Aries says DeJounte Murray kept me from a smooth rock last night. from a smooth rock last night. I haven't slept. Yeah, I left money on the table not betting Atlanta last night. I talked about really liking them. Gotta fade the Jazz every time you get a chance, especially when they're on the road. Man. The Jazz actually play tomorrow. They play Jazz play Orlando tomorrow. Probably another team total under. They are 3-0 to the under in their last 3 games. They are the Utah Jazz. Malik says, we here. Let's go, my boy. Let's go, my guy. Chat was good. Caught some hope y'all caught some bricks from the Bulls last night. They definitely was throwing them out. We're going to talk about them tonight because they are back in it tonight. What's up, Bryce? He says, y'all need to stop doing long shot parlays. I'm not doing any of them, Bryce, but you know, that's neither here nor there. It's a bunch of ways to make money. I'm just a straight bettor, though. Anthony says Pacers alternative line -4.5, doubled with Mavs on the money line. Okay, we'll get to that game in a second. Bryce says if at least 2 of Ingram CJ plays, he's on the Pels. I just want to see where the line goes. Today's one of those days where for me it feels like I either live bet or I kind of let all the dust settle, and then I come in and I figure out what it is that I want to take after the line has moved. What's up to my guy Fred? He likes Halliburton over his 19.5 points. Bet on JC likes the Pacers -6.5. He says college play is Youngstown State -18.5. He says hope you tell Kentucky plus the 4.5 yesterday. I actually did not. I had 5 bets yesterday in the NBA. That's the most bets I've had in a very, very long time, man. I don't really like making too many bets. Too hard for me to keep up with. Matthew says he got on the Pacers last night. This line did open at 4. I saw that 4 last night when I was capping it too. What's up, Peasy? Bernie says surgical with the Portland team total under. Man, as long as Malcolm Brogdon doesn't play, I think you got to keep considering it every single game. They scored 90-something points again last night. Appreciate the love, Fred. Chad says Pacers by a mile. Okay, he thinks that the Pelicans run out of gas here. Vaughn says if Zion is in, I'll play his points due to how he scores in the paint, how the Pacers give it up. If he's out, I'll take Ingram. Still waiting on injury news. I could definitely see that. What's up, Fremont? Appreciate you for tapping in. Tommy says he likes the Pelicans team total under 117.5. Okay. And that is pounds. I should have known that, Anthony. I just didn't want to say the wrong thing, but I appreciate you for enlightening me. Michael says low 2-teamer parlay, Pacers and Nuggets on the money line. I could see that cashing. I could definitely see it cashing, but I don't know if I'm sold on the Nuggets quite yet either. I will get into that game in a second. What's up, Fremont? He says, what about the over in this game? Honestly, Fremont, if I'm telling you anything, bro, I could, I can't tell you, honestly. You would think over just because, but first of all, you got to wait. You got to wait to see who plays for the Pelicans, in my opinion. If everybody plays for the Pelicans, I could see the game going over. 5th game in 7 nights, always scared of teams running out of gas in the second half, though. Like typically that's when you see games go under which is why I kind of lean with Tony here. He says Pelicans team total under 117.5. I don't trust the Pacers defense, but I do trust my spots, and the spot does say Pelicans could run out of gas in the second half here. LJ says road dogs off a win on back-to-backs versus home faves off home loss with rest, Pacer spot. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to pull that up real quick. We only got 6 games today. I'm not trying to take forever, but I do want to we can kind of live cap a little bit today. So let's pull that up real quick. So let's look at it this year. Let's look at it for the season. So LJ says road dogs off a win and playing on the second leg of a back-to-back, and the versus a home favorite that's off a loss. So opponent previous loss, and that the opponent is rested. See what that is so far this season. Actually not been too profitable. I guess it hasn't been too bad. It's for people who can't see that says and I zoomed in just a tad bit. They're 5-20 straight up are road dogs coming off a win unrested, playing against a rested home favorite that's coming off a loss. So hopefully that's not too much. Not too many parameters. 5-20 straight up, 10-15 against the spread. Let's see if we just took the season out. Let's see what that looks like. Hold on, my computer tripping. All right, let's see. All right, so 2022, 12-9 against the spread. So I mean, it is profitable. It's profitable the last four years overall. Let's look at the last 4 years. So since 2020, which I typically don't like to include 20 because that was the year of COVID. But this is a super profitable trend. 60% here for LJ on this, home favorites off a loss with rest, playing against a road dog that's coming off a win unrested. 42-62 are the road dogs. 42-62-1. So that does make it a lot stronger. It's a lot of losses in here. If you guys are looking, a lot of losses in here. Shout out to LJ for pointing this out. That 60% says that the Pacers do win since the 2020 season. So nice little 4 years of data there to support it. 105 game sample size as well. Okay. Appreciate you, LJ. Best of luck to you on your Pacers bet today, man. What's up, Hude? Tasha says she's not trusting the Mavs. They've been on the road back-to-back. Brian says Pistons came through heavy. Did a live money line odds boost. Glad you cashed that. Kyle says, how do I become a member? So the membership link is in the description, Kyle, for the YouTube video. If you just go to the description, it's there. It's also on my Twitter page in the link tree. $5.99 a month, $5.99 a month. It's really a token of appreciation for doing these hour-long shows after capping the games for another hour or longer. Not really, wouldn't say charging for picks, but Tasha says Pacers second half -3.5. This makes a lot of sense, Tasha. If you're gonna play the Pacers, you probably pay them second half. That way you're not playing the whole spread. Tariq says he likes the Pacers in the Nuggets money line parlay. What's up to my guy RC? What up, bro? Vaughn says Pelicans as road dogs, following a road win. Pels losing those games by average of 16. So let's look at that real quick while we're here. So Vaughn says he says the Pelicans. So y'all learning how to SDQL if you don't know how to do it as well. Pelicans in previous a road win. And their road dogs this season specifically. Let's see if we can get it to populate. Of course, it wants to go slow now. If not, can always go over to. Give me the dog. 0-2 straight up and against the spread. in this spot. Well, you're right. Okay, it's a nice spot to. It's also it's only happened twice, but the Pelicans are 0-2 after a road win, and then they road dogs in the next game. And the other games they actually had rest. They lost to the Lakers, got smoked. Lost to the Nuggets, got smoked. So yeah, I always talk about them being inconsistent. If you watch the morning show, one of the things I talked about was the Pelicans in these non-conference games on the road. They don't do extremely well in non-conference road games. It was one of the things that I looked at last night. Uh, Pelicans and 4-3 straight up, 4-3 straight up, 4-3 against the spread, 4-point margin. Maybe it was unrested. It was something else that maybe I added. Futon likes the under 237.5. Vaughn says the Pacers are 8-0 with rest following a home game and facing a team with a better record. God, and Vaughn D did some work today, man. And Jarrell says he says Luka birthday's today. He's gonna go crazy. We'll see how that goes. I could definitely see. I mean, Luka went crazy last night. For anybody that was watching. All right, so let's stop sharing this. Let's go back to the next game that we have on the board, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves at home today, facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Man, I'm not 100% sure doing this game. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I actually don't even care, honestly. I'd rather talk about tomorrow than talk about this game. So this line is still 12.5. Well, it's up to 12.5. Total come down. It was at 215. It's all the way down to 209.5. You guys see 211.5 on the screen. This was actually down to 210 this morning when I did the morning show, and it continues to come down. And I think the injury news in this one is important, right? So Karl-Anthony Towns comes back. That should help the offense and hurt the defense. You also got Anthony Edwards listed as questionable. And I told you guys he probably will pop up on the injury report just because he twisted that ankle, and they don't really need him. Like they don't need him in this game to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. And then of course Slow-Mo got ruled out as well. He left yesterday's game. I think it was a hamstring injury, and he's not going to play in this game either. So that also impacts the offense just a tad bit. So this is a difficult game, man. It's a very, very difficult game, in my opinion, because I don't want to lay this amount of points on the second leg of a back-to-back with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that was also something that I looked at. I looked at home favorites this season. Home favorites laying 10 points, and they were unrested. So far this season, they are 7-5 against the spread, 11-1 straight up, 7-4-1 to the under this season. Our home favorites laying 10 points with no rest. Let me just add. Let's see if their previous game was at home, and then let's look at since 2019. So 26-14, 24-16-3. 60% are home favorites laying 10 points on no rest that are also coming off a home game. That says to take the Timberwolves in this spot. We know what they're capable of. Do they really want to play that hard though in this game? I'm not 100% sure, man. Could not get there. Don't want to waste your time at all. RC says call the number, the 1-800-GAMBLER number. Tariq says pass on this game. I'm right there with you, man. S. Dot says 111 watching, only 38 likes. Hit the like button. The least everyone can do. I appreciate that, S. Dot. Let's see. LJ says Memphis and the Wolves are both under teams, but that total is too low. I would agree, man. Right now, let's see. Last thing I'll say about this game, I just want to check these team totals. So the total is 208.5. So that means you probably got Memphis team total under 100, right? I would think that it's under 100 as we get injury news for tomorrow about Jalen Brunson being listed as questionable. Let's check that real quick. So let's just do the math. Half of 208 is what? 104. 104 subtract 6, so it should be 98. Let's see. Yeah, 98.5 is the Memphis Grizzlies team total. The Timberwolves team total is 110.5. I'm not sure what to do with this game, man. Best of luck if you guys are betting it. Futon says Towns over 2.5 threes. He likes that. Anthony says Timberwolves did me dirty last night, but they own the Memphis this season. I think they won by double digits. I like the Timberwolves over their team total. I could see that. UCapper says I was able to live bet them and get plus money on the money line. Let's see. Aslam says Dallas or Toronto. Which one is money line? We're gonna talk about that game in a second. UCapper also likes that team total over with Anthony as well. Wolves should be able to get. He said, but call the number if you're taking it. Yeah, towards the end of the season, man, some of these games can feel hard to bet for sure. Like I said, not 100% sure what to do with this game. I don't want to give you guys all my notes that I wrote down yesterday. Just know that the Timberwolves are pretty good on second leg of back-to-backs. I did talk about that this morning. 5-2 straight up when they're unrested. 4-3 against the number. 5-2 to the over. Plus 4.8 in point score per 100 possessions, and that's good for sixth in the NBA. And the 10th offensive rated team, fourth in defensive rating. So that says take the spread and says take the team total over. But yeah, like RC said, call the number, man. I'm not messing with that game. Let's keep it moving. Don't sound like anybody else is either. Next game up, we do have the Dallas Mavericks. They will be on the road against the Toronto Raptors. This line is now, let me just double check because I haven't updated the graphics since this morning. Still at 3. It's been at 3 all day. Pretty sure money coming in on both sides. Total did go back up. Sheesh. It went all the way back up. So it was at 244. It was back down to 237.5 this morning, back up to 241.5, 241.5. And I would agree with the movement going, there. I think looking at Toronto's defense, it hasn't been great, but their offense has been a lot better. They're number 7 in pace over the last few games since the All-Star break. Offensive rating is also top 5 as well. Offensive rating is also top 7 as well. So pace has been there. They're scoring the ball. They're hitting threes. They're actually one of the top teams as far as scoring in the paint. And they've been pushing the ball and getting out in transition. I think that they will try to run this Dallas Mavericks team today. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Dallas off the heartbreaking loss last night. I still think Dallas has a chance to win the game, but I feel like if you want Dallas, probably want to take them early, man. I think Dallas first half is probably the play in this game. Dallas is not necessarily the worst team on the road. When they're playing, well, not the worst team unrested. They are 5-4 straight up when unrested this season. 6-3 against the spread. They are +3, which is exactly what this number is right now. 3-1 straight up and against the spread. 3-1 straight up and 4-0 against the spread in road games when they're unrested. They are +8 on the road in that spot. This is the third game in 4 nights. And I think the injury report is pretty clean for Dallas. They got a bad taste in their mouth. They should want to come out here and handle this Toronto team. But I don't know if I really want to fade Toronto, man. Like I said, I'm not sure what Toronto team this is. They are 3-0 straight up. 3-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 3. They've actually covered 4 in a row as well. I do think that this game has the potential to go under. Dallas is not going to want to get out and run with Toronto. And if Dallas can do a good job of rebounding the basketball, I do feel like they can slow Toronto's offense down. Toronto, like I said, they don't do a great job of, shooting a bunch of threes outside of quickly, Gary Trent Jr. every now and then. But I do feel like you kind of got to wait on Jakob Poeltl as well. Their defensive rating drops a lot. I looked into that early. Without Jakob Poeltl on the floor, they don't have a lot of rim protection in the first place, right? So to me, this is a game where Dallas should be able to. I mean, Luka could absolutely have a field day. I mean, the only person I see on the opposite side that can even remotely come close to guarding them is Scotty Barnes. If he gets the mismatch with, quickly or somebody like Gary Trent Jr., I mean, he could have as many points as he wants tonight. So it'll all just depend on how rested he is and what he could do. Because this is, like I said, second leg of a back-to-back. They played in Cleveland last night and a third game in 4 nights for the Dallas Mavericks as well. So I kind of, like I said, I think Dallas, especially coming off, another loss last night. We took them. I backed them against Indiana on Saturday, and they lost that game also. So I kind of feel like this, Dallas has. I don't think they've lost 3 games straight all season, or if they have, it's been a while. So and especially not with Luka and Kyrie. So I think Dallas has enough, man. I do think that they have enough. If I played them, I would probably want to do it on the money line and stay away from the 3-point spread. So I lean under 241.5. And I also lean Dallas, but if I was playing them, it'd definitely be in the first half. I don't think that I don't think that, the full game, makes too much sense to me. I would just want to get in and get out with Dallas and thinking that they would come back and bounce back strong after, Max Strus hit that 65-footer last night. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys are saying here before we move on to the next one. Let's see. Michael says, I hope you do MLB free picks in the regular season. Nah, Michael, I stay off baseball. I handicap baseball for like 2 seasons. I know how to do it. It's just baseball. It's baseball. Man, there's so much variance in baseball. It's like betting player props in the NBA. It's kind of crazy. Let's see. Anthony says Mavericks on the money line. Luka to go off. Angelo says Mavs by a mile. UCapper says he leans under, but ended up on the Lakers side. Oh, he's talking about another game. Okay. Dallas gets the win tonight. It's Luka's birthday. A lot of Luka birthday love in the chat, man. Let's see. Tariq says Strus went Steph on him in the fourth quarter. I said that this on the morning show this morning. He says, I like the Mavs here. They need this win before facing the Celtics next. I did see that they had the Celtics up next as well. Could be a terrible road trip for these boys. Or says Luka's birthday. Mavs get the win. Tasha likes Toronto on the money line. Okay. Futon says Luka triple-double. UCapper says, I honestly don't care if it's Luka's birthday. That's not the reason to back the Mavs. and I'm not on the Mavs. I didn't know it until Jay said it this morning. Okay. And so he's the Mavs today. I like the Mavs too. I think that they can get the job done. I just don't think I would want to get in and get out just in case they do run out of gas. Toronto's been a very strong team in the fourth quarter. Was something I was looking at as well. Since the All-Star break, I think they're averaging like 30 points in the fourth quarter, which typically teams slow down in the fourth quarter, but they've been scoring a ton of points in the fourth quarter. What else? Bryce has a query for us as well. Let's look into this one real quick. Let me stop this screen share, share Killer Sports real quick and pull up what Bryce got here, and then we'll keep it moving. So Bryce says, after the All-Star break, we're looking at road favorites, and they are on the second leg of a back-to-back, and their opponent is coming off a previous win, and their opponent is coming off of 2 wins, so 2 previous wins, and their opponent rest equals 1, and it's a non-conference game. So we're looking at unrested road dogs after the All-Star break facing a rested non-conference opponent coming off 2 straight wins. Okay. So 16-3 straight up, 14-5 against the number says to take the Dallas Mavericks here. And this has been pretty profitable. It hasn't happened that many times. Actually hasn't happened since the 2021 season. Bryce, I know you don't got this saved, Bryce. It's got to be something you just kind of came up with today when you was thinking about the game out loud. But I like it, though. I mean, it definitely supports the Mavs. Road favorites, unrested, facing a team that's more rested and coming off 2 straight wins. Okay, I like it. Best of luck, Bryce, on the Dallas Mavericks today. I might get there with you, man. Like I said, I don't really love the card today. So even if I make plays, there'll be smaller plays. It's not a lot for me to love today, man. Like I said, I'm already trying to look ahead to tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. S. Dot says Kyrie over assists, going to be feeding the birthday boy today. Okay. I can see that too. Let's keep it moving. We got a couple more games to get into. Next game we have up is the Cavaliers and the Bulls, man. I talked about this one earlier this morning. I kind of lean Bulls in this spot, man. I do. If I want to play him, I definitely need Caruso in. I think he is vital to his team's success, of course. The Bulls are one of those teams where everybody kind of plays their role. They didn't play it yesterday, which is why I want to back them today. They shot 2 for 27, 2 for 29 from the three-point line, shot like 7% from the three-point line yesterday. I feel like that's the team you kind of got to back. Worst loss of the season by far, losing to the Detroit Pistons by by I think it was 9 or almost double. I know it's close to double digits, and you were laying double digits. That's a really, really bad loss. Cavs also got lucky last night, man. Strus hit that big shot, so they may come out a little unmotivated in this spot. It's also second leg of a back-to-back for them. Triple revenge for Chicago. Cleveland has not done well on the second leg of back-to-back games. Just 4-5 straight up, 3-5-1 against the number. They're -4 in point differential. Also a fifth game in 7. I think it's a fifth game in 7 nights for Cleveland as well. When they're unrested this season, they are 1-3 against the spread. In their last 4, 26th offensive rated team, which plays into Chicago being able to get stops on the defensive end, only averaging 108 points per 100 possessions. When they are unrested, they're 8th in defensive rating, 4-1 to the under. When they're unrested, looking at Chicago, not much better, just 4-5 straight up and against the spread when they're unrested. -3 point differential though, and head to head, as far as the total, 7-3 to the under. All 3 this season have actually gone under the number. Cleveland also 7-3 in their last 10 to the under, but Chicago is 7-3 to the over in their last 10. So with all those different notes, and I think the line did move just a tad bit. It moved to I saw some 5.5s pop up. I don't think Caruso has been ruled out, but if Caruso's ruled in, I think I like the Bulls in this spot. I think that they can keep this game close. Cleveland is, we talked about it yesterday when we faded them with the Mavs. They are 0-6 now against the spread in their last 6 games. So they've still been winning, which, they don't care about covering spreads. They care about winning games. So I kind of strong lean towards Chicago. I didn't play them yet, but I talked about this one when I did the morning show earlier today. I just kind of feel like they're the right side here. So that's the only way I would play this one. Probably stay off the total. Both of these teams are very, very sporadic in the way that they can score. But I can see Cleveland running out of gas in this spot, especially being, that it's, a travel spot for them. And like I gave you guys the numbers, offensively, they're only 26 when they're playing unrested. So they could potentially struggle in this spot as well. Wanted to check and see if we had the updated news on Caruso. Do we have anything for that Chicago game? Nah, game time decision, toss up the play. Yeah, that's all we got there. No Torrey Craig, of course, but Chicago should bounce back a little bit, in my opinion. So that's what we got there. And RC did confirm that it is a fifth game in 7 nights, not a spot where you want to lay too many points. So Bulls plus 5.5. I'm probably going to end up getting there, but I haven't taken it yet. I do want Caruso to be in just for his defense, and he does help the offense also. UCAPPinn says he's backing teams off a loss. He says backing teams off a loss as double-digit favorites has been profitable. Yeah, absolutely. Everything regresses to the mean at a certain point. Tariq says my exact same reasoning. Need Caruso in to back the Bulls. I agree. Jared says this game is interesting. Last game they played, Cleveland started Drummond and Vucevic, maybe an under spot. Yeah, if you start Drummond, probably definitely going to be an under. He's only out there to, get rebounds, slow the game down. They already don't play with any pace. Chicago's extremely slow-paced team. And Cleveland still can struggle to score at times as well, especially if they're not knocking down the jump shots. And, Strus could be off today because he was on fire last night. Malik says no Caruso, no chance. It's also his birthday today. I did not know that. Okay. UCAPPinn says shit, it's my birthday today too. Anthony says 50-50 game. Bulls plus 5, easy pick for me, especially if Caruso plays. I'm right there. So it sounds like we all like the Cavs. I'm sorry, the Bulls. Cavs winning by margin just seems a little difficult with a fifth game in 6 nights. UCAPPinn says Cavs team total under was a look. Probably before this total drop, I'm pretty sure he's thinking. 216.5 is what? 108. Give 3 points. So 111.5, I think, would be that number. Should be the Cleveland Cavaliers number, 111.5, 110.5. Malik says if no Caruso will be his pivot. And Futon likes Mobley over his 2.5 assists in the spot. Okay. So yeah, Bulls plus 5.5 and nothing for me. I'm staying off the total just because, like I said, I feel like we lost a lot of value if still want to play the total. And the only way I would look towards these two slow-paced teams would be towards the under. So next game up, one that I was kind of waiting on was the Kings and the Nuggets. So when I did the breakdown for this one, the first thing that stood out to me was the triple revenge spot. I talked about it this morning. The Sacramento Kings have beat Denver 3 times already this season, and I know I can vividly remember that the Kings were actually in the rest advantage spot in at least 2 of those games. I can't remember if it was all 3 or not, but I know for sure that they caught the Nuggets on the second leg of a back-to-back twice. One of them was one of them was at home, and the other one, actually, it wasn't. I'm sorry. One of them was the last one was in in Denver. They actually beat them 102-98. The game before no, I'm right. I know I won't tripping. So the Kings actually had 2 days of rest the first time they played in Sacramento, and they beat them by 6. They covered the spread. They were laying 3.5. The second time they played, they were also they caught them in a really good spot as well, and they beat them 135-106. I think that was the game that when the Nuggets had just beat the Lakers the night before, after Kobe statues were unveiled. Then the Kings went to Denver and beat them 102-98 as well. So you got a triple revenge spot here for this Denver Nuggets team. Sacramento they've done really, really well. I always talk about this. Sacramento, you want to take them when they're on the road getting points. You want to not take them when they're at home laying points, which is, we cashed the plus 7.5 with Miami the other day. They just don't come out extremely focused. Now, the big thing in this game, and the reason why I didn't jump on this one, was because De'Aaron Fox, he banged knees with Jaime Jaquez Jr. in that game against Miami the other day. And he was listed as questionable. He did go through shoot around, was a full participant. So the only way I would be able to, I would think that he would play in this one. The Sacramento team is 18-12-1 against the spread on the road. That's good for the 6th best covering percentage at 58%. When you catch them as road dogs, they're 10-6 against the spread, 62.5%. That's the 5th best covering rate. This is a 3rd game in 4 nights for them. And they do got a game against Minnesota coming up as well. Not tomorrow, but they got a game against Minnesota in 2 days. Denver has not done well covering numbers at home, just 13-14 against the spread at home. It's also the first leg of a back-to-back. They got Miami tomorrow. They will be coming to town. And they have been doing well recently, though. 3-0 straight up and against the spread since the All-Star break. They have wins of 20 points, 15 points, and 16 points. Just 1-3 against the spread, though, however, in their last 4 games as home favorite. So difficult game for me. I kind of lean towards the under. And probably going to end up playing the under before I play anything else. Just looking at the Kings, when they play at home, it's a lot of pace. They play extremely fast. They score a bunch of points. They give up a bunch of points. But on the road, it's typically opposite. 8-2-1 to the under as road dogs in conference games. Denver, of course, we know that they're one of the slow-paced teams. Defense has actually been playing well. Offense has actually been playing a little bit better as well. Denver's 16-11 to the under as home favorites. So I kind of if De'Aaron Fox plays, I kind of think that, this number is probably still a little too big. I just like backing the Kings when they're getting a bunch of points on the road. So not at home at all, ever. But on the road, getting points, I like the Kings. I know that there's a triple revenge spot for Denver, but it'd be Kings or nothing for me if De'Aaron Fox plays. And I do kind of lean towards the under. Maybe the under more than the side. But 7.5 is a lot of points. Denver just hasn't been covering those numbers. So those are my thoughts on the game, man. Those are my thoughts on this one. Let's go back to the chat real quick before we get into the last game on the slate. Elroy says, Chris, you fire. I played everything you said yesterday, and my crazy self added the Knicks money line and messed it up. Oh, that's tough, man. That's tough. Let's see. Tasha likes Denver in the first quarter. Jakob Poeltl is ruled in. That actually helps the under. Jakob Poeltl will play tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, that helps the under a lot. The defensive rating drops tremendously with him off the floor. Tariq says Nuggets win. Won't cover, especially if Fox is in. I can kind of see it going that way as well. Or it says, Chris, maybe a money line parlay with the Mavs and the Nuggets. So the thing about money line parlays, I'll just talk about this real quick because I know people always trying to get me to do like a little 2-leg money line parlay. The thing about money line parlays is if I think the dog can cover, then most of the time I'm off of it, right? Like Yesterday, I gave out a 3-leg money line parlay. I didn't think that any of those dogs would. I thought that they may be able to cover just because it was such big numbers, but I liked all of those teams to win. If we're talking about the Nuggets, we don't think the Kings can go in and still a game against Denver. I mean, maybe not, but I do think Toronto has a chance to beat Dallas tonight. Like I really, really do. I just worry about Dallas on the third game in 4 nights, second leg of a back-to-back. Playing against a team that's going to try to get up and down the floor. Toronto is going to run tonight. Now Dallas is the better team. Don't get it twisted. So maybe this money line parlay or cash. Don't let me talk you off of it. Or I'm just not. I know that I looking at the slate. I can always tell why I said I don't like. Why I said I can always tell when I don't like money line parlays, and it's not a money line parlay night for myself. Anthony says he likes Denver all the way up to -12.5 tonight. He thinks that they smashed the Sacramento Kings, get all that revenge. LJ says, Chris, you know what we're doing here? Denver first quarter -2.5. He says they're 14-4 against the spread in the first quarter at home versus the West. Plus, he likes Jokic triple-double. Jokic triple-double is probably good money. I did see a number that's some stats that said that he was the first player in NBA history to have like those like back-to-back or like 3 straight like massive triple-doubles. He had like 14, and like 29 or something like that. So yeah, I could not talk you off of that at all. And then Orr says Kings will sweep the Nuggets. Denver lost Sacramento 3 times this season. I don't think that they're gonna sweep them. You're right, Orr. So maybe Denver money line parlay. You put it with something. I'm not playing a money line parlay though. It's just nothing out. Don't feel confident enough in these teams with the value that we're getting. And then we got one more game. Let's get into the last game real quick. The last game is my LA Lakers. You can call it a home game, even though they are listed on the road. The Clippers don't own anything except the jerseys that they have and the shoes inside Crypto.com arena. That is the Lakers stadium. Clippers will move up the street to their little new home in a couple months here from now. But yeah, getting to the game. Clippers are laying. I think it's still 3.5 in this game, down to 3 on some books as well. Total come down from 236 down to 234. Big news in this one is, of course, PG will not play today. And then you also get Zubac. He's been downgraded to questionable in this game due to, I think it's a non-COVID illness. Anthony Davis did not go through practice yesterday. He is listed as probable with an upper respiratory infection. You still got Braun listed as questionable. Cam Reddish is supposed to make his return. No Jared Vanderbilt, of course. No Gabe Vincent. Lakers have been the better team as of late, though. 7-3 straight up, 5-5 against the number. The Clippers been tripping. 6-4 straight up, just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. They have not looked like themselves coming out of the All-Star break. Even before the All-Star break, they lost to the Timberwolves at home. They come out of the All-Star break. They got smoked by the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this team, both of these teams need a win. The Lakers, I would argue, needs to win a little bit more. I talked about this earlier this morning. The Lakers are the team that, just got jumped. They got leapfrogged by the Golden State Warriors because Golden State did beat Washington last night. So the Lakers now find themselves in the 10th position in the Western Conference. So I think that, if LeBron plays, I like the Lakers in this spot. I looked at, the Clippers without Paul George on the floor, and it tends to point to them not scoring a lot of points, and their defense gets a lot worse. So I think the Lakers should be able to score in this game. I think the Lakers should be able to score. I would take them plus the points. And granted, their defense has been really, really bad. They've given up 123 points per game over the first 3 or 4 games after the All-Star break. Defense has not been there without Jared Vanderbilt being on the floor. But getting Cam Reddish back should help a lot tonight. And hopefully, you get some other guys out there kind of making some shots and creating for others as well. I like the Lakers +3 here, man. I didn't play this one yet either. I would also, probably look towards the under. But this is a game that if I'm up at, 11:45 when this goes to halftime, probably end up taking a live under just in case both of these teams start off scoring a bunch of points. So lean under, especially with no Paul George being there. Maybe wait on the Zubac news. If Zubac doesn't play, I don't like the under as much because I think the Lakers would be able to get pretty much whatever it is they want with Daniel Tice on the floor. But I like the Lakers. I think the Lakers and the under are the right size in this game. Just didn't bet either. Kind of want to see it with the Lakers because they've been, looked really, really bad against Phoenix the other day at all in that game. So those are my thoughts on this last one. Let's see. Anthony says, I think Clippers bounce back. I also like the under 234. Okay, we can be on opposite sides here. Anthony. I didn't bet it. I hope you cash it. I actually hope you don't cash it because I need the Lakers to win, but we'll see. Neesmith ruled out tonight. I know he's listed as questionable. Let's see. Douglas says he likes the Raptors plus 6.5 and the Bulls over 221.5 for plus 141 on PointsBet. PointsBet still around? I thought PointsBet was gone. Tariq says without Zubac and PG, who's going to guard Anthony Davis? I see a Lakers plus 3 here. Yeah, I looked into that as well. I think I might still have it pulled up. It's one of the last things I looked at earlier was with both of those guys off the floor, how they perform with both of those guys off the floor. Real quick, let me pull it up for you guys so you can see it as well. So without PG and without Zubac on the floor, the Clippers are a minus 3.2 in points scored per 100 possessions. Their offensive rating is a 114.9. Points scored per 100 possessions, which ranks in the 44th percentile out of 100. And their defense is actually in the 35th percentile. So that's actually bad. Both of those are bad. They're giving up 118 points per 100 possessions without Paul George and Zubac on the floor. We know that the Lakers are top 10 in pace. They're scoring the ball as well. So, like I said, man, if Zubac doesn't play, I think you got to jump on the Lakers in this spot. He's one of those players that, well, his value won't show specifically in the point spread, but without him, and not to dog Daniel Tice, because I think he's a pretty good backup, but you can't replace Zubac in my opinion. So I like the Lakers plus 3. LJ says, and you need LeBron in too. LJ says if LeBron plays, I'm taking his 7+ assists and the Lakers to win at plus 230. He's had 7 assists in 6 straight games. I couldn't talk you off of that. Angelo says I like the Clips by a mile. He thinks my Lakers get smoked tonight. What's up, JT? Appreciate you for tapping in. Futon, opposite side. He says Lakers money line, and I don't know. I mean, they should win the game if they cover the plus 3.5. But I would definitely be taking the points if I had to play this one. Like I said, I don't really like it. I don't really like the slate a lot tonight at all, man. It's a lot of games that I'm just not in love with at all. Not in love with it all. Raptors fan says if LeBron PRA if he's in, he hasn't been doing a lot. But if there is no Zubac, then Anthony Davis could be the guy with the bigger game. So I don't know. He says Raptor fan says that LeBron has actually cleared his PRA in 4 of his last 5 matchups versus the Clippers. Okay, so Angelo says, remember last game in this stadium for the Clippers. I think you mean like in a head-to-head matchup, maybe, versus the Lakers. Okay. Hey, whatever your reason is, my brother, I hope you cash it. He says way more meaningful behind the rivalry in this game in particular. Yeah, I can't bet the Clippers against a contender without Paul George. That's what it is for me. They should be a little more locked in defensively. Both teams coming off losses, probably wanted to improve defense. So look towards the under, and like I said, Lakers plus 3 for me. That's what it is for me. And you talking about the head-to-head matchup, Angelo? I can understand that. Lakers are 2-1. They won twice against the Clippers this season. And the Clippers had owned the Lakers. I think they had won 10 straight games dating back to like 3 or 4 years ago against this Laker team. So Clippers probably will want to tie it up tonight. But like I said, Lakers should have more motivation, in my opinion, because they're the team that's in the 10th spot. Clippers in the 4th spot in the Western Conference right now. So yeah, like that. Douglas says if Zubac is out, give him Anthony Davis double-double in the Lakers money line at plus 154. Okay. So some good looks there, man. Y'all got anything on Twitter? Y'all shoot me a request and try to get up a few people real quick. But I can't be on here for too long because I do got to handicap the rest of these games for tomorrow. Before I'm trying to get it done before the lines come out. And we got 4 lines already out for tomorrow. So if you got a request, send me something. Top plays, I have none because I haven't placed one single bet, man. I have not placed the bet today. Oh, real quick, I do want to go over. I did want to go over a couple props that I like. So the first one was Kawhi. I think Kawhi has a big game tonight, of course, with no PG there. I mean, some of you guys kind of laid it out. The Clippers wanting to win this game. I think his usage goes through the roof without Paul George being there as well. So I do like Kawhi. I like his points. Not gonna get into all the numbers, but he's done really well against the Lakers. The other thing I was looking at, and it's a tad bit juice, but I was looking at quickly. Emmanuel quickly over his 2.5 3-point makes. The line was juice. It was minus 140, but I think it's playable in my opinion. Zion, Brandon Ingram, CJ, all game time decisions. We knew that already. Quickly, 2.5 3-point makes. Juiced at minus 140. I don't play a lot of minus 140s. I also don't play a lot of props at all. But quickly has been hooping, man. He's actually been on fire from distance, from three since the All-Star break. 3 for 7 versus the Pacers last game. 6 for 11 against the Atlanta Hawks. 5 for 8 versus the Brooklyn Nets. All of those games since the All-Star break. For the month of February, he's making a little over three threes a game, shooting almost 8 a game. And over the past 3 games, he's actually shot 26 attempts. Now, the reason why I like quickly in this spot is because not only is he shooting it, he's taking them and making them, but Dallas, you know, we already know they're on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel from Cleveland. But they are going to, I think the Toronto is going to push the pace, and Dallas has really struggled to defend the three-point lines recently. In the 3 games since the All-Star break, Dallas is actually allowing the second most threes to be made, 16.3 per game. They rank bottom 10 in opponent three-point attempts and 29th in opponent three-point percentage. They're allowing teams to shoot almost 44% from the three-point line since the All-Star break. A lot of quickly threes actually come from exactly where this Dallas team has been giving it up, and that's the above the break three. He loves to shoot it from the top of the key, pretty much means above the break. He's shooting 8 attempts per game, making 4.3 since the All-Star break, good for 54%. He leads his team in both of those categories. And Dallas is allowing 42.5% of three-pointers to be made over the last 3 games. That's bottom 5. They're also allowing the 7th most attempts from the above the break three as well. 29, which ranks them 23rd as well. So all since the All-Star break. Toronto, they do like to get out and transition and run. They also like to score a lot of points in the paint. But Dallas having Gafford getting Lively back with his mask, I think that they do a really good job of protecting the rim yet again. And that should lead to quickly taking a lot of threes in this game. So I like quickly. I know that, like I said, the line is juice, but over 2.5 is -1. It was minus 140 on Bet365 when I looked earlier. I actually like the 3.5 as well. I'll probably play it for a smaller play, but I think we could ladder quickly threes in this spot. We saw what I think, who was it? Strus hit 5 threes in the last 5 minutes of that game yesterday. So I like that a lot for quickly. Probably my favorite player prop of the day is quickly over his 2.5 3-point makes. Or if you got to get it at 3.5, I do think that he hits 4 threes tonight as well. So those are my thoughts there. Let's go to the YouTube chat, and we're gonna get Dream and Redemption up. Dream, if you free, my brother, the mic is yours, man. How you doing today?
What's the vibes, my guy?
What up, bro? How you?
Can't complain, man. Same shit, different day. Hope all is well with you.
Yes, sir. Good, man. I'm doing good, Dream. How about you, Dream?
Yeah. I'm gonna give I guess my favorite straight of the day, and I'm not sure if the line's available. I should probably check it. But I played a couple points over, but it's Mike Conley. I got over 15.5 points plus assists. Gave it all last night. And Simple, he's played Memphis, his old team, 3 times this year, and he scored more than 16 points every game. And I'm just getting the 15.5 points plus assists. So he's covered that just with points. And then he's also had a double-double in 2 out of those 3 games. So he's something like 19 and 10, 15 and 7, and 17 and 10 in the 3 games he's played them so far. So you got a bunch of guys questionable. Hopefully more sit. You already got Slow-Mo ruled out. His lines haven't changed much. Maybe a point bumped because his points were 9.5 when I gave this out last night. So I see 10.5s now. So again, If I like 15.5 based on this cap, I truly like it all the way up to 17, 18.5. But shop around and get the best number. Obviously, can't talk you off his 10 assists. Last time I checked, they were plus 1,000. His 15 points. Last time I checked was plus 480. So couldn't talk you off of either one of those spots with Mike Conley. And one more look, Lamar Stevens. I just gave him out for half a unit. His points plus rebounds. I got it at 10.5, but 11.5 is fine. He's a bench player for the Grizzlies, and it's just more of a spot play. So long story short, hopefully, I think Memphis is going to get blown out tonight. And if they do, he's a bench player. He does play kind of garbage minutes. But even if he doesn't play garbage minutes, he still should get his normal allotment of minutes between 16 and 22 minutes. His last 5 games, he's covered this number easily his last 5 games. He's got 17, 8, 13, 14, and 10 points alone in his last 5 games. And then if you add the rebounds, he's got 6, 8, 5, 8, and 7 rebounds. So, love the spot for him. I would have put a unit on it, but he is a bench player, and that can always be janky. But if there's a blowout, that man can get about 8 rebounds, which is sitting at DraftKings at plus 750. I didn't touch it, but feeling frisky. Couldn't talk you off. That's that, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Mike Conley and Lamar Stevens. Yeah, Lamar Stevens,
Oh shit, that's in the same game too.
Yeah, that is in the same game, Jay. Opposite sides, but they make a ton of sense. I had no idea that Mike Conley one kind of flew over the top of my head. I guess probably because I ain't been paying attention to props, but if you can get his, like you said, he's been getting close to a double-double, and you can get the 15.5 with no slow-mo. Also, Anthony Edwards could potentially be out in this game. No real reason, and that's why I couldn't lay the points. No real reason for Minnesota to, press the issue. They're coming off a couple wins, already beat this Memphis team by, a few points, and they could do it without those guys. So, and you get Cat back tonight. So that makes a lot of sense, Jane. That Mike Conley play is nice. And Lamar, I couldn't talk you off the Lamar Stevens one either, especially with like you said, a little janky with the minutes being distributed. But for what's his name? Coach Taylor, but I could see it. I could definitely see him having a big game. He's a scrappy type player, so I could definitely see that as well.
Yeah, I just want to say, hopefully I expect everything that I gave out to hit. Hopefully it does, but it's kind of an either or. I'm going to be in, and if you tell whoever tells, like, we'll be in a great position one way or the other, because if it is a blowout and Mike Conley doesn't need to score a bunch of points, so he doesn't need to, have a bunch of assists, which he could do in 3 quarters. But if, he's sitting there with, 7 points and 6 assists halfway through the 3rd quarter and they're up 30 and he subs out the game and you like, damn, he might not get back in. But that means that Lamar Stevens is going to play the entirety of the 4th quarter for the most part. So either way it goes, man, it's either the bench is going to get a lot of time or the starters get a lot of time. I like both of the plays regardless. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Jane. Appreciate you as well, my brother. Appreciate you as well. Let's go Flo. See if we can get Flo connected, man. I know the Knicks don't play basketball today, but I think they play tomorrow. Yeah, they play Golden State. I see that spread came out at 3 already, too, so I got to go do my homework. What up, Flo?
Hey, how's it doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm doing excellent, man. The prep always is in, man. Play time, so tomorrow I need these lines immediately. But for tonight, I have two that I like. I'm going to go with Russ 1 steal and LeBron 1 steal.
Okay.
The numbers behind that, basically, the whole revenge with Russ, 4 for 4 as a Clipper against the Lakers. No Paul George, so we'll probably see more minutes. Also, Zubac might not play, so that might help him as well. It's just being on the floor. Russ, I want to say, is hitting his last 10. LeBron is I want to say he's 9 of 10 and overall versus the Clippers and 8 of 10 overall over his last 10 games. The one I'm looking at, because I'm, me, it's the Lakers. I'm always looking for, who's the dude I can find to make threes that, nobody is talking about. I'm going to give it a shot here with my guy, Terrence Mann, because after that disgrace that I saw in Phoenix, I just realized that, it does, box scores don't matter. It's just, where's the dude going to stand and who's going to be in the corner? So Terrence Mann is going to be, parked right in that corner, and I really like that. His 2 threes is, plus 165, and his 3 threes, I want to say, is, plus 550, something like that. So I took the 2 threes. I'm throwing some change on the 3 threes, and there's this weird trend where, okay, let me slow down. Versus the Lakers, Terrence Mann, I want to say, in his last stand by. His last like 5 games, I want to say 4 games versus the Lakers. He has 2 threes, I want to say. So also Russ has 2 threes in 2+ threes in 3 of his last 4 versus the Lakers. So, there's no Knicks, so I don't have a lot. I'm not heavy on anything. So I'm definitely going to do some kind of like Terrence Mann 3 threes, Russell Westbrook 2 threes together because, you guys are kind of like us. Like when teams play y'all, like the dumbest things happen. So that's all I got for tonight. Terrence Mann, 2 threes, Russ and Bron each get a steal.
Okay. All right. Hey, best of luck, Flo. I hope you cash him, man. Sound good.
You,
Absolutely. Let's go redemption real quick, and then we'll get Godspeed up here as well, and then we'll get ready to get up off here, man. Redemption, you connected?
Yeah, I'm connected, Chris.
What's up, bro? How you?
I'm good, man. Hit some lottos during the weekend, so I'm feeling real good.
Okay. What you got for us tonight? You got a lotto for us?
Yeah, I got a lotto for y'all. But okay, I'll get a lotto first. So I got a player performance double. I got the Pacers money line. I got Quickly 20 points in a win. Max Strus 3 threes in a win, and Nikola Jokic double in a win. 4 legs.
What's the odds?
2,800.
2,800. Not too crazy. Okay.
Yeah. That's my lotto, and then all right. So I got this straight, but it's only if Ingram or Zion miss. I'm on Hawkins. Like if I'm thinking both of them miss. If both of them miss, I'm going to like his threes though for sure. Jordan Hawkins. Because every time they don't play, he goes off. So that's a ladder spot for me, but that's only if they don't play. So, and then I'm on another straight. I'm on Karl Anthony Towns tonight because I don't know if y'all know, but his high school friend died. So I just feel like he gonna try to put on a show. Plus, he might not play too. So, and I know that line gonna jump if he don't play. I got it at 22.5. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it straight, and that's all I got for the day. Appreciate you putting me on.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I love it. I love the background to the plays, man. I think you got some solid write-ups. Best of luck, Redemption. Hope you cash them, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely. Godspeed. What up, man? How you?
What's good, Chris? How you been?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain, man. Cash a couple tickets, but we're gonna be quiet about that. How you?
I've been good, bro. Checking out the slate. I was up early this morning. I caught your show on YouTube.
Okay.
Tuned into that. But I was able to do some research, and I got 2 straights and a lotto. That's a straight. But I like Karis LeVert. His RA is 7.5. I got it at minus 138. I want to say it got down to minus 130 last time I saw it. He's just a guy on Cleveland that's going to do a little bit of everything. He's 3rd on the team in potential assists behind Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and also 3rd in potential rebounding chances behind Mobley and Jared Allen. They've seen Chicago twice. In those 2 games, he had 13 and 14 RA. With a healthy Cavs squad with the full starting 5, he's also covered this in 9 games straight. And he's a road warrior, bro. He tends to play better on the road. Like his road splits support this data. So I like Karis LeVert RA. And then I like Scotty Barnes RA. I got it at 15.5. He's in a good smash spot. Points, rebounds, assists versus Dallas. Last time he's seen Dallas, it was this season. But it was an old Raptors team. He saw him with Schroeder and Siakam. In that game, he had 23 rebounded opportunities. Siakam had 13. Jakob Poeltl, who still leads the team in rebounding chances. But Scotty Barnes was still able to perform and cover his RA. And as far as assists, Dennis Schroeder had 12 potential assists that game. Scotty Barnes only had 7. Siakam had more. He had 8 potential assists that game. But without those guys, we've seen Scotty Barnes' usage go up. I don't know if y'all watched that game yesterday, but like, bro, he was diamond like crazy. Also, he cleaned up the glass too. So I like his RA at 15.5, and I sprinkled his triple double. I got it at plus. Let me see. I got it at plus 900. Threw a quarter on that. But those are 3 looks that I got today.
Okay. Hey, I hope you cash them, Godspeed. Great. I think you got some pretty good write-ups as well, bro. Best of luck, man.
Appreciate it. Good luck to everybody tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. That's what we got for today, man. That's the show for today. We got a bunch of, like I said, we got a bunch of games tomorrow. Line starting to drop. So I'm trying to get ahead as much as I possibly can. What 3-6, 8 games for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll just I'll leave it at that, man. No official plays for me today. Hopefully you guys find something that you absolutely love. Whether it's somebody that you tell, shout out to everybody who came up and gave out plays. Shout out to Dream, Redemption, Godspeed, Flow as well. Best of luck to you guys tonight, man. If the injury news drops and I found something that I absolutely love, I'll send it out to the members. But I don't have anything for today, man. I hope you guys cash. It's a lot of great looks. I think were shared as we get updated news that Rudy Gobert and so Caruso ruled out. That makes me definitely not like the Bulls as much. Rudy Gobert, game time decision. Carl Anthony and Anthony Edwards also a game time decision. Yeah, this is just janky to me, man. But best of luck on whatever it is y'all play, man. I'm gonna try to find some games that's not impacted by the injury report as much, especially with these game time decisions. Like we going backwards. It's supposed to be where we know who's gonna play at these times. But I digress, man. Best of luck to y'all tonight, man. I'm out. Catch y'all in the next one.